Let's go, it's the Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show. Whitey Show.
Which one, old man, that ain't got time to shake your hand? Get that style check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
Alright guys, most of you know last year, not a huge fan of Dragon Ball Xenoverse. So here comes 2, and I was expecting to absolutely hate it just as much, or just think of it as a very meh game. So here it comes. They're like, we're going to improve the combat, improve the RPG elements, make missions more fun, and did it deliver? Well, you gotta watch my review to find out, because that's the point of the video. Let's go.
Which one, old man, that ain't got time to shake your hand? Get that style check, put it in pockets till I get back. Going downtown.
The positives largely remain the same of what worked in the last game. Getting to see cutscenes that didn't actually happen in the show or manga actually hacked here. So things like watching Cell take both androids at once, which didn't happen in the anime, and you have to fix that, is cool. I also really enjoy the banter between all the characters. That remained the same in fights where you pick Gohan on your team versus random Goku and Vegeta, and you'll have Gohan be like, "Dad, don't be too hard on me," and he's like, "Gohan, shut up." And I'm just like, that's awesome. So the banter and the story itself remain largely the good portion of the game, because this is the what ifs a lot of the time, but you get to actually go through a lot of the main events of the anime. And of course, it's been done to death. We've seen it a million times, but it works relatively well, so I can't complain too much. One of the big pluses here that was horrible in the last one is the voice acting. It's pretty good. It's not amazing, but it's much closer to the show and actually resembles it, other than that atrocious shit of, like, especially Frieza's voice in the last year's edition was awful. And I mean, sure, this game makes you cringe at times, but not nearly as much. Everybody sounds up to par, and the voice overall quality is much better. So that's a big improvement for me. Another thing is the RPG elements. They largely stay the same, but they're better. So, of course, like last year, you attribute points after you level up to make your character a certain way. Say, for instance, my guy, I focus a little bit on health, but mostly power attacks, so key attacks, and normal attacks like fist fighting. But you can also upgrade specials that focus on fist fighting. You can focus on key upgrades and stamina and so on. So there's definitely ways that you can really customize your character to make him how you want to fight in the game, which is very cool, is customizing your own character in the Dragon Ball universe. So that stayed largely the same, just slightly improved here and there. And definitely love all the options with changing clothes and attributing to your attack character power and stamina and health. That is all very cool. So the RPG features work. Another thing that I think is an improvement in this game is the fighting engine. Sure, it's still baffling at times how the camera's just zip-zapping everywhere and you don't know where the fuck you're going. However, when it is working, it feels tight, it feels well done. Sure, a lot of characters kind of feel the same, but the combo system itself with canceling out, going around opponents, dodging, jumping, and teleporting all work much better in this game. And also, I think just the overall customization really helped improve making your character unique to the universe of Dragon Ball Z. Kind of mix matching and making him use a Galick gun, then 1 second, the next minute using a Kamehameha wave is very cool. And the last thing I really did enjoy in this game is the fact that the world, the hub world, is much improved. So you go around, you can get training quests from certain characters to give you special attacks. You can go around to different worlds like Namek and the Majin Buu world. Things like that make it actually fun to explore this world. On top of that, there's plenty to collect. So if you're a big collector, this game offers that. And of course, it is an online game at times. So if you have PSN, you can jump on and walk around the hub world and see other players. It's kind of cool. And then you can fight them and get points. So overall, it is a much better hub world than the last game. Like I said, the last game gave you this bare bones world, and this game tries to improve that, so I liked it. What are the negatives? Well, we got a couple. Again, the graphics to me just seem below par. It's not that they're bad. They really aren't. And I get that there's a lot more on screen in these games than previous Dragon Ball Z games. However, I always felt like they could be better. Like, these are not the best they can be. And even in games previous to this that weren't as good gameplay-wise maybe, the graphics were much better. So I'm trying to understand why the graphics are still a little meh. They definitely feel more Xbox 360, PS3 than they do PS4 and Xbox One, in my opinion. So graphics are still a little on the bad side, I gotta say. I mean, the effects look kind of cool and everything, but nothing looks as fantastic as you know, what you expect on these next-gen systems. Another negative is the gameplay. Okay, so I said that I enjoyed it, and I do, but the gameplay remains largely repetitive and the long scheme. So you are mostly going through the same missions, tackling the same characters, beating the same bad guys, collecting Dragon Balls and bringing them back to the ship, which is so annoying, to be honest. But there's just not a lot of variety, and that is really the worst part of the game, is that you're going to feel that burn about 15 to 20 hours in the game. I'm hitting my 22-hour mark. I'm definitely feeling it now, but I'm still enjoying it, for the gameplay is a lot more fun than the last game, and the hub world gives you a lot more to do. However, the gameplay structure, the mission structure, is gonna get to you. And the last negative, and I'm gonna be honest here, this is Dragon Ball Z, and this is like the millionth time the story has been told. My major beef with it is, why not just give us a brand new story? Go past it. We don't need to replay all the goddamn arcs again. Let's just go past it. Do Dragon Ball Super storyline, or just make up a storyline. I mean, they made up a storyline here, which is kind of cool, but they're so focused on beating all the old arcs from Frieza to Majin Buu to Cell. I mean, we already been through this a million times. It just feels old, and it's just annoying to go through. Give us something fresh. Give us something new. You could do that in a game like Xenoverse, which takes a lot of liberties with the Dragon Ball license.
Waits for no man that ain't got time to shake your head. Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
Listen, I know it sounds like I'm complaining a lot at the end, and I do, because I think this series could really be some amazing, and it just keeps getting held back. However, saying all the issues aside from what it can improve on, the game did improve from the first one in some major ways, two being the voice acting. Total upgrade. I mean, it's obvious. And the other thing is the hub world being more to do and the gameplay feel more refined. So like I said in the last game, I saw the bare bones this game gave, which is a lot of fluff. This game does give fluff, definitely, but the RPG elements are more prominent in here, so you want to actually do those side missions that are repetitive to level up and then beat the baddies. And like I said, the story mode is still fun and interesting. It just can be better. So this game just keeps going. It's good, but it can be better. But being good is better than last year, where it was just down the line okay at best. This is actually a good, solid, fun game. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's definitely worth checking out, especially for Dragon Ball Z fans. Just don't expect this game to reinvent the wheel when it should, because it has the license to do so, and it could, but it holds itself back. But still, rent this game, check it out, or buy it when it's about 30 bucks. Definitely worth it. 7 out of 10 for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2.
I'll keep you from coming back this time by blowing you to dust. Farewell, all my trunks, even you.